Monday, welcome to This is Private Practice. We've made it until 4:30 on a Monday afternoon. Congratulations for those of you who are tuning in to watch. Some of you may be getting ready for bed. I get that. Those in the Northern Hemisphere, your Monday hasn't quite arrived yet. Let me assure you, it's going to be a lovely day full of so much promise, all the reasons for you to get out of bed in the morning. Linda Mottram, welcome to this afternoon's episode of This is Private Practice. Oh my goodness, all I want to say right now is I am so grateful that I am good at other things that are not graphic design. I am not, for somebody who loves visual learning and tactile learning and experiential learning, I am not so great when it comes to trying to get the perception of the design out of my head onto something to make it look awesome. So I've just spent a solid hour creating a whole 3 images in Canva. I'm not happy with any of them. That sucks to be me right now, really. I'm just going to whinge and complain about that. Hopefully the people that I am including in my could you help me make some better images discussion will say yes. Nicola. Anyone seen Nicola? Is Nicola around? Anywho, good thing I am awesome at other things. Otherwise, we would be in a very sad state of the world if it was left to me to look at everybody's design. Hello, Jill Johnson-Young. You have been a busy woman and including me in crazy talk social media posts. That is a whole language in itself. And I think my Australian slang now has some fairly fierce competition from wherever the heck that came from. Goodness me. I am really looking forward to celebrating success with people over the coming months. I talk about this a lot, and you might think it's just to sell into the Mindset Masterclass. Well, it's not. I want you in the Mindset Masterclass, but there's only 20 places. So once those places are sold, you can't get in anymore. But it's really important. I've had some discussions today that as you mature and progress in your business and in your private practice and even mature in the way you deliver services to clients, you will realize that how you define success for yourself will be changing. So it's important that we understand the elements that go into defining success for ourselves, because if we don't do that, we're going to be left at the mercy of what other people tell us success should look like. So when I started this business way back when, it was only ever supposed to be cash flow until I worked out what I wanted to do with the rest of my life. 10 years on, pretty certain this is what I want to do with the rest of my life. There was a period of time there when I was really pushing for the definition of success through financial remuneration. I wanted to have a multi-million-dollar turnover practice, and I really started focusing on profitability and really started focusing on revenue generation. And it started to become quite soulless for me. And people stopped being people and they started being dollar signs. Now, I know you're all thinking, that would never happen to me, Joe. I never want to talk to people like that. I never want to make people feel like that. But this is the trick, is that we are all really at risk of that if we don't work out how we want to define success. So once I worked out that that was not working for me or my team or my family or my bank balance, because I can assure you I wasn't making the type of income I thought I was going to be making, and started focusing on the service, because that is the only thing I know how to do, is to serve. Now, I've had to learn how to serve myself by putting boundaries in place and taking care of myself in that moment. But I've also know that the more I focus on the people we have helped and that we have served, the people I have had the opportunity to have significant impact, then the business grows, the reputation grows. So my definition of success now is how many people can we serve significantly this year? Because I don't want to turn that into a transaction numbers game either. I don't want to turn it into a just see how many sessions we can get through the door or clients we can get through the door, because that means that we'll all get fast and we'll cut corners and we won't actually serve the people the way they need to be served. So for me, success has got to do with significant impact. It's got to do with lasting change. It's got to do with making sure that my soul is on fire in a really good way with the way that I do the work that I get to do. So I challenge you today, what are some of the key defining statements or elements of success for yourself? Because if you think about it, all about being lifestyle or all about finances or all about, if it becomes just all or nothing for yourself, then you'll become quite an unbalanced, unhealthy person, and you will stop enjoying and you will reduce the passion that you have for this work. And I keep saying it, we're all way too important for us to throw this away. Success is indeed our own definition, and it's not all money. Jill Johnson Young, you embody that. You're allowed to like money, people. We're not saying money is an evil problem. We're allowed to like it. But I have just found with those of us who choose professions where it's about an act of service, once we stop thinking in terms of service and we start thinking in terms of income, it makes us fearful. It tips us over into scarcity. It stops us from feeling abundant, and you actually stop being wise because you need income to be able to invest in your business, to be able to serve more people, to be able to help them, to be able to serve more people, to be able to help them. So if nothing else today, I want you to go away and come up with 3 things that help you define and live success in your private practice. And if you need some help with that, then stay tuned, because I'm going to be creating some resources around it, pulling together a whole heap of content that I've created over the last couple of years so that we can be really speaking into this over the coming months. Because let's face it, if you have been struggling in the first half of this year, I do not want the second half of the year to be the same for you. I want you to feel like you are making gains, you are taking control of yourself and your life and all the awesome people that come to you. Jill, being proud of the work you do and getting to do the things you love and finding time that counts for me. Absolutely. My mantra is do the work I love, the way I love to do it, with the people I'm best able to serve. That is how success is now defined for me. But I also like the fact that my business supports my lifestyle. That is pretty cool. I am into less than 3 weeks before I am heading to Europe. We got all of our passes and transportation itineraries, and there's some bright yellow and green cap that I'm supposed to be wearing to the Ashes Test match. Don't know if that's going to go with the outfits I've got planned. So I'm going to have some fun with my husband tonight, looking at all of that and planning for our 5 days in Paris. I've got some fun things planned for that as well. Yeah, there's a lot to do. I could really quickly flip into overwhelm. If you're wondering what that moment was, that's what that moment was. All right, fabulous people. Until tomorrow, when I get to share with you again, go be your awesome self.